Hello, thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos, and today we're looking at rounding numbers. Now I know this is something pretty basic, but I want to make sure before we start dealing with exponential functions and rounding that everybody has a clear cut understanding of how to round. So let's begin. So first I'm going to start off with this little saying. If it's 4 or less, let it rest, and if it's 5 or more, raise the score. So that means if it's 4 or less, leave the number alone, and if it's 5 or more, we're going to round up. Okay, and that's a little drawing there. Here's another expression, another visual diagram here to show you what I mean. 4 or less, let it rest. 5 or more, raise the score. Okay, and also what I have on here for your notes is the place value. So if you're wondering, okay, how many spots is it, you can look right here and see it. And on the problems that I have, I'm gonna have this on here so you can see exactly where you can find the actual number that you're looking for. So let's begin with our first problem. If you need to go back and pause the videos and write any of that down, feel free to do that. But let's begin with the first problem. Alright, so this one says we're going to round to the nearest whole number. And it doesn't say whole number, but whole number is ones place where there's no decimal. So we're going to round to the nearest number. So the nearest whole number, the number right in front of the decimal, is 7. I'm going to circle it. Okay? Now, don't want to cover up that decimal. Alright, so that's the number we're looking to change. Zoom in a little bit. And that's the number we look at to use our saying. If it's 4 or less, let it rest. 5 or more, raise the score. So it's 4 or less. So we're going to leave it at 7. So our answer is 7. Alright, so take a look at this problem. And you can pause the video here and see if you can solve this one. Okay, so this one's a whole number as well. So we'll go to the ones, which is 2, circle that, and look to the number to the right of it, 9. It's 5 or higher, so, or 5 or more, so you raise the score. So we'll get rid of all the numbers after the circle here and make this raise the score, so we'll raise it up to 3. And if there was any numbers in front of the 2, you would leave those alone. Alright, let's take a look at another example. Alright, so on this one it says round to the nearest tenth. Round to the nearest tenth. So that is one place after the decimal. So that's the 4 here. So we're going to look at the 4. Okay, and the number to the right of it is 5. So if it's 5 or more, raise the score. So you're going to have 1, you're going to keep that 1, and we'll change the 4 to 5. So it's 1.5. Okay, go ahead and pause the video here and see if you can solve this one. Alright, so again we're going to the tenths, which is one spot past the decimal. So we look at this 5, and we're using this 8 to decide what we do. And it's 5 or more, so we're going to raise the score. So we'll have 5 point, change that 5, raise it up to 6. Alright, let's take a look at a couple more examples here. Alright, now on this one we're looking at the 100th place. So the 100th place is right here. So it's 2 spots past the decimal here. It's 2 spots. So we'll go to the second spot here past the decimal, which would be, in this case, the 7. So I'm going to circle the 7. There's a 1 in front of there. So, and I'm going to underline the 8. Let's see if I can zoom in to make it better. Alright, so we'll circle the 7, underline the 8. Alright, so it's 5 or more, so you raise the score. And everything in front of it, the 8.1, we're going to leave alone. We'll leave it alone. So stop that. Alright, so we're gonna have 8.1, and we're gonna raise the score, change that 7 to an 8, and drop off everything else. Alright, so go ahead and take a look at this one. Pause the video here and see if you can round this one to the nearest hundredth. Alright, so on this one, I'm going to zoom in again, if it lets me. Alright, and the hundredths is 2 spots past the decimal. So we're looking at this 1. Okay, now that's the number we're thinking of changing. We're going to use this 3 to determine that. Now it's 4 or less, so we let it rest. So we're going to leave it at 4.91 and drop off everything else. Just let it rest. And that is how you round. And again, I want to thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. Have a nice day.